Good morning. Savva from Savva Talk Spurs here. Hope you are all well and hope you all enjoyed the conversation last night with absolute legend Steve Perryman. Imagine playing 866 games for Tottenham Hotspur. Now imagine that we call players legends who have only played a season for the club. This man played 17 seasons. What a pleasure it was to meet with him. He's always lovely, always good to talk to on WhatsApp, always gives you an honest but polite opinion. And he's great to talk to about football. Moving forward, Savva's Daily Thought. So where are we? Let's have a little overview. Where are we? We are 2 weeks exactly out. 2 weeks out from the transfer window closing. So Tottenham Hotspur as a club, where are we? My questions to you throughout this show are going to be, with 2 weeks to go, have we done enough? What do we need to do in this last 2 weeks? Have we backed the manager? We'll be talking about what does that mean? Because what I think it means and what you think it means and what your friend thinks it means, we might all have different opinions on that. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Is there any money left? Was it just all conjecture that we had lots of money to spend? Because we haven't spent a lot. If you really think about it, we'll look into that in a minute. So is there money left? Do you think we're going to spend loads? Who knows? We're going to look at, have we addressed the problems that we had going into this window? Now, the first answer I know I'm going to get back is, you can't address everything in one window. But have we addressed the main problems, the priority problems? We're going to look into that. We'll have a little look about how we can't defend set pieces, yet fans will tell you that we don't need better than Davis and Dyer. Don't need better than them because they had a decent season last year. Somebody on a show last night called them flawless, said they had a flawless season. And what worries me when I see comments like that is I'll get called negative for saying, no, they weren't. And that fan that said they were flawless will be congratulated for being a positive fan. But it's not reality, is it? It's not reality. So we'll be looking at that. We'll have a look at the wing-back situation. For me, still not right. And we'll have a look at our wing-backs versus Chelsea's wing-backs. Miles behind. That should be the benchmark. When anyone's congratulating Royal and Spence and Doherty, just look at Chelsea's. That should be the benchmark. Now, when people are going, oh, we haven't got Chelsea's money. Why haven't we? They don't have an oil owner anymore. They have a new owner that's come in and wants to put money in to be successful. Nothing's stopping us do that. So the oil excuse is gone. No more for the oil excuse. And the last thing we'll look at is, do we need a creator? Lots of people will argue this either way. Do we need a creator? First school of thought is that you can't have a creator in an Antonio Conte system. Second school of thought is, well, the creation should come from the wing backs. But is it? So let's jump in. 2 weeks to go, people. 2 weeks of this transfer window. This was built up to be a great big window where we backed a manager, where we gave this world-class manager, Antonio Conte, the tools he needed to take us to the next level, to not just finish fourth, but to really go and push. Now, I'm not saying that. This is what everyone else was saying. I'm in the group of fans that kept my feet on the ground and said, that's not going to happen. We're not going to back a manager like that. We don't back managers like that. But I was told I was negative for that and was told that we are going to significantly back him with top players, his players that he wants that will take us to that next level. So with 2 weeks to go, I ask you the question, have we done that? What does backing a manager mean to you? Now, for those who still don't get it, when I release this video, I might be in the chat. And the reason I'm in the chat and my hands are moving up here is because this is pre-recorded for anyone that didn't know that. So right about now would be great if I could just get a selection of answers from you guys and girls. What do you consider backing a manager to be? Because I had a conversation last night with a YouTuber friend of mine, I won't say who was like, yeah, absolutely backed the manager. Whereas I was of the opinion of, have we backed a manager? And we both got to the middle ground and said, well, look, what's your definition of backing and what's my definition of backing? Because I don't see this window as backing a manager. I see that we've done the bare minimum to back him. If you removed the Richarlison signing at 60 million, is one player at 25 million in midfield, a 12.5 million wing back from the Championship, one loan and 2 frees. Is that backing a manager? Backing? I don't think it is. You've got teams like West Ham, Nottingham Forest outspending us. Now, it's not always about just chucking money at the problem. But to get quality, you've got to pay the money, right? Pay the money, get your man. As Iggy kept telling me last night, big up Iggy from Tottenham away. Pay the money, get the man. We don't seem to want to pay the money to get the man. It seems like we've been in conversations with players, but we won't pay what the club wants. Some fans congratulate Daniel Levy on that. Difference is the top clubs do pay what the clubs want. And that's why they're the top clubs. That's why they win things. And no longer can we sit here and claim we're poor. We're not the poor relations. We're very, very rich. We're very, very rich. So I ask you this, with 2 weeks to go, have we done enough? Let's look at it. We've brought in Richarlison, who, I mean, here's another question. Please put in the chat. How many starts do you think Richarlison will get in the Premier League? How many starts? 15? 19? Will he start half the games? I ask you this. If he doesn't start half the games at least, 60 million for a bloke that doesn't start most of the games? Was that a good buy? I'm not saying the player. I'm just asking you. For 60 million, wouldn't that money have been on a top centre-back, a top right wing-back, a top creator? Just asking questions. Just asking questions. You guys tell me what you think. Let's talk about what's left in the kitty. What's left in that kitty? Now, at the beginning of the window, a lot of people got very excited. They truly believed we had 150 million to spend, plus whatever we made incomings, plus Champions League money. And people were telling me we have 300 million spent on transfers. Well, let's be really honest. That was never going to happen. And I think that was a lot of hype and a lot of excitement. And I'm all for that. The difficulty I have with that hype and excitement is I've learnt my lesson. Now, somebody once famously said, once bitten, twice as shy. I don't think we've been once bitten. I feel like we've been 20 times bitten, 20 times as shy, right? So for me, I didn't get carried away because that's not Daniel Levy's MO. I didn't buy into this. We're doing things differently now because we've got Conte. We're doing things differently now because we've got Paratici. Because what we've done is the exact same thing. But the one difference is we flipped it on its head. Where we used to do business at the end of the season, we've now done it of the window, sorry. We've now done it at the beginning of the window. But that seems to have thrown the wall into people's eyes and made them think we've had a better window than we have, in my opinion. I'm not saying we haven't had a good window. I think it's been good. But this, I will always say, is a window I would expect if we were in a Conference League or a Europa League. I don't see anything that we've done that makes me go, yeah, we're really trying to close the gap between the top two. That's just me. Let's have a look. Have we addressed the main problems? Sorry, just quickly before we get to that. So where's the money gone? Was it there in the first place? And what do you think we're going to spend between now and 2 weeks' time when the window shuts? If we just spend what we have in this window, has that been anywhere near good enough? For a Champions League club that have concerts and NFL, Champions League money, stupid revenue coming in. Is this good enough? For me, it's not. For me, I feel like we've done the bare minimum and I feel like we've just gone, okay, let's do a little bit to show that we've done something. Now, going to say that is me speaking as of now, the 16th of August. If the club can go and get 2 top players at the end of the window, that opinion changes. And of course it does. I'm not naive enough to think that my opinion stays the same if the actions change. Actions cause opinions. And at the moment, there hasn't been enough action for me to change my opinion that this has been more than a good window. Have we addressed the problem areas on the pitch? I think going into this window, what I heard from everyone, including me, everyone, what I heard was we need creativity, we need wing backs, and we need centre backs. I ask you this, other than Perisic at left wing back, have we really addressed any of those issues? 6 players in, have we addressed the creativity? I think people will be hard fought to argue that one. I think if anyone now comes in and says, oh, yeah, we haven't signed any creativity. So that's a big red cross for me. Have we solved the right wing-back problem? I don't think so. Jed Spence not even in the squad. It looks like he likes Doherty and Royal. But have we addressed that problem? Because when I look at the wing-backs that we've got, and then you look at the wing-backs Chelsea have got, and the reason I judge us against them is because they're the team closest to us in the table. They're the team that closest to us finishing last year, and they're the team that we need to try and overtake this year. So that's why the comparison with them. I watched their wing-backs at the weekend, bearing in mind that one of their wing-backs wasn't even playing wing-back. Right? They are far superior. The way they play it with a high intensity, getting forward, the ability to beat a man, always being an outlet, comfortable on the ball, defending as well. Especially if we look at that right side. When you look that we had Royal and they've got even Loftus-Cheek, who wasn't or isn't a right wing back, had a better game than I've ever seen Emerson Royal have in a Tottenham shirt. Reece James, what a wonderful right wing back he is. Wonderful right wing back. When you look at that and then you look at Royal down here, fans, I know what will happen. In the comments, I'll have loads of people now going, oh, he's toxic, Savva's never happy. But how can you be happy with those right wing-back options? I was told you can't buy a creator because the creation comes from the wing-backs. Does it? What creation? They're not very good. Perisic has got to start, by the way. On the left, let's ignore that. Perisic is a no-brainer. He has to start. Every league game, he has to start because Ryan Sessegnon is not very good. We saw it the other day. As soon as he comes up against good opposition, he looked awful. He can't control the ball. His passing's poor. He's not very good at getting forward. He can't cross well. He can't beat a man. But our fans really want to believe that this is the level we need to go and challenge for titles. And something else my man Iggy said yesterday. Iggy, sorry to steal your lines, but this is so true. Saw you last night on Tottenham away. Iggy said, fans are talking about winning titles in this breath. And then in the same breath over here, they're talking about wanting players like Sessegnon, Davis, Dyer, Royal, Højbjerg. Can't be both. You don't win titles with players like Royal and Sessegnon and Højbjerg and Dyer and Davis. You don't. So it's got to be one or the other. If you want to aim up there, then the players you want to play for us need to be up there. But we have fans that, what I love, these fans that are ultra positive. I love it, but it is funny because they'll say we're going to win things and then they'll champion very average footballers to help us win things. So, have we addressed the problems? Was Basuma what we needed? I'm just asking a question. I like Basuma. Is he going to start? How many games will Basuma start? What do you reckon? Let me know in the chat, in the comments. How many do you think Basuma will start? Should we have not bought Basuma and bought a more creative type midfielder? A Milenkovic-Savic? A Paqueta? I'm just asking questions. Questions. Let's look at the centre-backs now. We've talked about the wing-backs. We've talked about the lack of creativity that is there for all to see, by the way. And when fans keep telling me Conte doesn't play with creativity, Conte's Chelsea team had Fabregas sitting in the middle of the park pulling strings. And I believe he got like 12 assists from central midfield. No matter how much, forget 12 assists plus all the game would have gone through a Fabregas. At Juve, you would have had Pogba and Pirlo doing that. At Inter Milan, players like Brozovic, Barella, Eriksen, there's players that can do that. At Tottenham, we've not got that. We've not got that player that makes the game tick. And I think that showed again against Chelsea, how frail we are in there. Now, when I say we're frail in there, I'm talking about if we want to be up here. I'm not talking about when we beat Wolves on Saturday and when we beat Southampton. I'm talking about the big games. Yes, we beat Man City last year, but it wasn't through lots of possession, was it? So in there, I think we're really frail in terms of controlling top games. The last bit I want to look at is the centre-backs. We can't defend set pieces. We can't defend balls going into our box. We showed that against Southampton. We've shown that a lot against Chelsea at the weekend. We showed it against Roma in pre-season. We showed it all last year. For me, I think Christian Romero is a fantastic centre-half. But let's be honest, his attribute isn't a commanding in the air, leave it to me, I'll go and win it, or I'm going to organise. He's not that guy. So who are we going to put alongside him that is that guy? Koulibaly at 38 million. What a steal that was for Chelsea. And our fans belittle that. Oh, he's not that good. I'll take him all day long. Who are we buying? Who's the solid centre-back? You let me know. Have we done enough? Do we have enough aerial presence in there to dominate? Do we have a centre-back that says, you know what, you go and get him, and I'm going to go and attack the ball like a Terry did? Yeah, a Vidic, these types of players. I'm not saying their quality, but have we got a player like that? I don't think we have, and I think we really need to address that. So all in all, at the moment, I'm giving this window a 6 out of 10. I think we've really struggled to get any money for any players outgoing. On Ndombele on loan, Rodon on loan, the Celso on loan. It's good that they're going out, but this means they're coming back. So all we've done essentially is kick the can down the road. So we haven't really made any money. So from that area, I think Paratici's really struggled. Either that or Daniel Levy wants too much money for them. But because of the lack of outgoings from a transfer perspective, not from a loan perspective, I do feel that it's been a 6 out of 10. When you add that to what we've brought in, I'd still say 6 out of 10 because I don't think we've addressed all the areas. When I see people saying it's a 9 out of 10, I really do think that it's, I want to be a better fan than you. I'm more positive than you because this hasn't been a 9 out of 10 window. So what can we do in the last 2 weeks of the window? We will see. Leave your thoughts below. Please like. Please keep subscribing as I'm on the journey to 2K. Please subscribe, and I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Much love. See you then. Bye-bye.